In today's video, we will be exploring a horror action film titled Navy SEALs vs. Zombies. There will be spoilers ahead, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. The movie begins with a police officer approaching a suspicious van to investigate. The lone officer grabs his flashlight and slowly moves closer to the vehicle. Out of nowhere, he is suddenly attacked and killed by 3 zombies. Meanwhile, SEAL Team 6 welcomes their newest member, AJ Prescott. He is warned by Petty Officer First Class Carl that things will not be easy for him. Carl explains that AJ is replacing a well-loved team member who was killed in combat near the Pakistan border after being separated from the team. Carl becomes emotional as he recalls the hardship he faced during that incident. Later, AJ returns home to his pregnant wife. She asks whether his team is capable of keeping him safe. AJ reassures her that the SEAL team is the best. In the capital state of Louisiana, a reporter named Amanda expresses frustration after being assigned to cover a press conference hosted by Vice President Bentley. Her colleague Dave reminds her that it is their job, and they are expected to deliver regardless of personal feelings. Amanda complains that the Vice President never takes her questions. After giving a short speech, the Vice President begins taking questions from the press. Amanda raises her hand, but just as she expected, she is ignored. While the press conference continues, security agents outside the building notice a suspicious individual. One agent is sent to investigate, but the suspect disappears without a trace. As the press conference ends, Bentley and his team exit the building. At that moment, they witness a woman being attacked by a zombie. A Secret Service agent quickly shoots and kills the zombie. The Vice President is immediately rushed back inside for safety. As the Secret Service scrambles to secure the area, people outside begin getting attacked by zombies. Those who are bitten soon turn into zombies themselves. Meanwhile, as AJ spends time with his wife, he receives a call ordering him to report back to base immediately. No further details about the mission are given. He tells his wife that he does not know what the mission is or when he will return. The SEAL team is then briefed by Lieutenant Commander Scheer about the incident in Baton Rouge. They are reminded that the Vice President is currently at the state capitol. They are also informed that a distress call was sent out and the FBI deployed its hostage rescue team. However, the team has not reported back. Lieutenant Commander Scheer then assigns their mission to rescue the Vice President from the state capitol building. He reminds them that the task ahead is extremely dangerous. Finally, he hands over to the Vice President and the official's code name. They are warned not to use heavy weapons since they are unable to communicate with the Secret Service agents. There is no confirmation that the Vice President is still at the location. The SEALs then equip themselves and parachute into Baton Rouge. Once the team lands, they begin searching the building, but it appears to be empty. The team moves to another location in an effort to find the Vice President. The SEAls eventually locate Vice President Bentley, along with reporters and a few Secret Service agents. The Vice President informs them that one of his men is severely injured. Petty Officer First Class Billy, the team's medic, attends to the Vice President and then checks on the injured agent. The agent, who is handcuffed, is already infected. He suddenly breaks free from his restraints, overpowering both Pete and Billy. Before the situation gets out of control, another agent shoots him in the head. Pete contacts Commander Scheer to ask for the estimated arrival time of the extraction helicopter. The commander reminds Pete that his priority is to secure the Vice President and wait for the chopper. Meanwhile, CIA agent Stacy Thomas shares her knowledge about the situation. She explains that they are dealing with a biological attack. Agent Thomas also reveals that she has an asset on site who could potentially reverse the infection. Her asset needs to be evacuated along with her staff. Scheer's team is their only hope of getting out safely. Commander Scheer is convinced and orders Pete to stay longer, as others also need their help. He also instructs Pete to stop anyone who has been bitten. Thomas further explains that the threat is a virus capable of turning humans into zombies. In response, Scheer orders his men to block all entry and exit points of the Capitol. This is the only way to contain the virus. Pete Cunningham informs the Vice President that one of Bentley's staff members appears unwell. She quietly goes to the bathroom and washes her wounds. Outside the building, AJ asks for permission to shoot the zombies as they continue attacking civilians. Pete refuses, stating that it would compromise their position. Moments later, a zombie approaches Chief Petty Officer Travis. He asks for orders, but before a response comes, he is bitten. Billy rushes to treat Travis, but he soon succumbs to the infection and dies. Shortly after, a member of the FBI rescue team turns into a zombie and attacks the Vice President's staff. Pete quickly reacts, gets behind the infected agent, and shoots him in the head. Pete then receives an update that the helicopter is approaching. Meanwhile, Amanda convinces Dave to stay behind, believing this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for both of them. Dave is hesitant at first, but eventually decides to stay. When Amanda informs Pete that she and Dave will not be boarding the helicopter, he warns them that no other help is coming. The Vice President and his team leave in the helicopter, not long after the helicopter crashes. This suggests that one of the Vice President's staff, who had been bitten, turned into a zombie and attacked them. Commander Scheer then instructs Pete to rescue the scientists from a laboratory, as they are the only hope of stopping the outbreak. He briefs his team on the new mission. He also gives them orders to shoot anyone who appears to be infected or a threat. Pete assigns AJ to look after the 2 reporters. The SEALs then move out to carry out their new mission. After being attacked by multiple zombies, AJ and the two reporters get separated from the rest of the team. Pete refuses to go back for them, believing AJ will head toward the extraction point. Despite being chased by zombies, the remaining SEALs successfully reach their objective. Once inside the building, they quickly move to the that the area is full of zombies. Meanwhile, AJ and the two reporters continue moving toward their objective. AJ notices an infected child approaching them. Dave begs AJ to shoot the child before she gets too close. AJ hesitates and drops his weapon. He tries to reassure the girl that he will not harm her. Suddenly, she attacks and bites AJ on the arm. As the infection begins to take effect, AJ calls his wife and reassures her that he is fine. Despite growing weaker, he asks her to connect him to the base. AJ is then ordered to proceed to a secondary target before the airspace is restricted. Meanwhile, the SEAL team finally finds Rebecca, Agent Thomas's asset. Rebecca tells them that there is currently no cure for the infection. However, she believes a vaccine can be developed. She explains that she needs a sample from a zombie to create it. This is the only way to stop the virus from spreading further. Commander Scheer orders the military to destroy bridges and block all exits leading out of the city. At the same time, AJ, Dave, and Amanda move closer to their evacuation point. Suddenly, Dave is ambushed and killed by a zombie. Meanwhile, the SEALs manage to collect a sample from a zombie. The scientist tells them she only needs 2 more minutes before they can leave. As the team prepares to exit the building, they spot AJ and Amanda outside. Pete seems more focused on leaving quickly due to pressure from his commander. He reminds the team that their priority is to get the scientist back to base. Carl then volunteers to go and retrieve AJ and Amanda. Pete assures Carl that he will hold the helicopter for them. Commander Scheer is not pleased that Pete plans to delay the rescue helicopter. However, Pete assures his superior that AJ and Amanda will make it in time. Carl successfully reaches AJ and Amanda as they head toward the pickup point. They are attacked by zombies along the way. Carl stays behind to hold them off, eventually sacrificing himself. His sacrifice gives AJ and Amanda enough time to reach the landing zone. They reunite with the rest of the SEAL team there. At the landing zone, the remaining survivors prepare to board the helicopter without Carl. When Pete tells AJ to board, AJ admits that he has been infected and plans to stay behind. Pete quickly fires at approaching zombies to protect the group. Pete insists, saying he will not leave him behind again. He also reminds AJ that the scientist on board might have a cure. Billy adds that he will stay behind as well if AJ refuses to leave. Hearing this, AJ finally agrees and boards the helicopter. As the helicopter takes off, missiles begin striking Baton Rouge, eliminating zombies across the city. In the next scene, CIA agent Stacey Thomas is seen meeting with senators to discuss the outbreak. She explains how the situation nearly cost her life, as well as the lives of the SEAL team members. It is revealed that AJ and the other SEALs are immune to the virus. This is because they were given special injections that altered their molecular structure. These injections, known as the 5-scale Intensive 7 series, were designed to protect them from the deadly virus. The movie concludes with AJ reuniting with his wife Emily. He also decides what he will name his son. In honor of Carl's sacrifice, he chooses the name Carl. Carl gave his life so that AJ and Amanda could survive. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and support the channel.